and someone told me my email was actually compromised. So every time I would send an email, he was reading it. And so he would know like that I was trying to get my account back. So that was a bit, I felt really sick when I found that out.
Hey guys, welcome to the Happy Way podcast, your go-to place for all things fun, happiness, well-being, growth, trust, and diversity. I am your host, Melissa Fideli, and I am here to inspire and connect everyone who chooses health and happiness so you can be your healthiest self and live life the happy way. Welcome back, everyone. Today we have a fun episode in store for you. We have the beautiful Lili Karamalikis on the show to chat all about life, social media, and business. You may know Lili from her incredible makeup artistry skills, her business, Fluffy Beauty, or maybe you have jumped on board for her impeccable reviews on Macca's chocolate sundaes. Whatever it is, Lili is a ray of sunshine, and I'm looking forward to unpacking so much with her today. Welcome, Lili.
Oh, thank you, Melissa. What an intro.
Of course. I had to sneak the Macca's Sunday review in because honestly, I've been enjoying that so much.
I know. They're good.
Yeah.
It's addictive.
I need to go get one. I still haven't got it. And I'm like, I still haven't got one. But
good willpower.
I know. I keep seeing her things and I'm like, I need to try this. This looks great.
Yeah.
So anyway, you have to stay tuned on her socials so you know what we're talking about.
I want to see your review.
Yeah, I'll post one for you, all right? Oh my gosh. So to start off today's episode, I would love to unpack a little bit about who you are and all the amazing things you are currently doing.
Oh, well, where do I begin? I'm just kidding.
So much to unpack.
So much to unpack here. Well, obviously I'm working full-time as a makeup artist and running Fluffy Beauty and then doing my social stuff on the side, which is really good. I like doing all different things. I think it just keeps me motivated, keeps me really passionate about everything, and every day is different.
Yeah.
So yeah, day to day is just depending on if I have a shoot, if I have just normal like clients going to events, weddings, or social content, and thinking of new product ideas and packing orders, doing everything.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's really great to have that diversity in your week.
Yeah,
just with all the things that you're doing. And I find that if you do have a real creative mind, it's such a great way to kind of work your week because every day is going to be different. You're meeting new people, you're doing new things.
So much better. I just feel like otherwise I'd feel like I'm in a rut. So I like doing different things all the time. Yeah. It just keeps it really interesting. You're the same too.
Yeah,
because you're such a creative soul.
Yeah, I'm like every day is something different and I love it. It's good.
Absolutely.
It's good. So how long have you been a makeup artist for?
Oh my gosh, it's been like 13 years now. It's
amazing.
It's terrifying. I have clients coming for formals and they sit down and they're like, I'm like, oh, what school do you go to? They're like, Emmanuel. I'm like, I went to Emmanuel. Do you know this person? And they're like, they retired like 5 years ago. And I'm like, oh, good. Oh, good.
Cool.
Yeah, cool.
So we're definitely in the same age group here.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, and they're like, how old are you? I'm like, I'm 28. And they're like, oh, I thought you were young. And I was like, oh, good.
Oh, thanks so much.
That's how you know you've been doing it for a while.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
That's great. So Fluffy Beauty is an eco-friendly beauty brand that you have created. Yes. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey and how you started this business? What sparked the idea and how did you go from just an idea to a business?
Yeah, it's actually such a long journey. I remember when I was doing clients and I noticed that I was picking lashes and I was like, just would prefer it if this was a little bit, longer at the ends or more wispy here because then you can't see the eyeshadow. Little things like that, like just makeup artist chat. And then I looked into, there was all the rage with those mink lashes and then I didn't realize they were actually real mink. So I Googled mink and I was like, oh my God, they're gorgeous little cute furry things. And I was like, this is just a bit messed up. Like I don't think this should be a thing anymore. And I remember looking around for lashes and they were like, oh yeah, you can have mink hair. And I was like, I don't want that. And they're like, and this is the synthetic. And it was just so fake looking. So I did a lot of research to find the right type of material. Yeah. And a lot of trial and error. And it was so good because I would just try them on my clients and I would see what they liked, what they didn't like and get their feedback. So it started off with lashes and that was my first product. But then, you know how, I don't know when I can't remember when exactly the soap brow came in fashion. Yeah. But my clients were like showing up with a pear soap wrapped in tin foil and being like, I use this on my brows. Can you put it in there for me? And I was like, this is outrageous. Like we have people walking around with bars of soap in their handbag with a like a mascara wand. And I was like, this isn't it. Like, this is not right. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to make my own. This is just stupid because I want to have it in my kit and I'm not walking around with a bar of soap.
No.
And then I was having clients saying, I'm allergic to this soap. I'm allergic to this soap. Just the color of it was like orange and it wasn't very it just wasn't really a cosmetic. Like, you have these beautiful cosmetics and then you've got this like weird brow soap. So I decided I'm going to make my own. I'm going to make a vegan one. I'm going to make it completely clear and I'm going to add whatever I think belongs in there for, you know, to make it really hydrating but still work and more tangible. So I just made it myself. And then my clients were like, oh, this is awesome. Can I buy some? And I was like, oh, okay. So I started making it more and more and more, finding like changing, tweaking things. And then I thought, no, you know, I'm going to add it to my collection when I first launched. And I was like, I'll make 100. That'll be fine. Like 100's more than enough. I'm not going to sell more than that. And then I launched and everyone kept buying the brow soap and I was like, oh no. So I'm like at 2:00 in the morning in my kitchen
my
making this soap.
I didn't realize you actually made it yourself. That's incredible.
Yeah. So when I say like handmade, it's genuinely made in my kitchen. So even to this day, I still make it myself.
That is incredible.
Other products I don't make.
Yes, that's fair.
Yeah. But yeah, it just that was my number one and still is my number one best-selling product that I have. Yeah, that was amazing. I was so overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So yeah, it kind of just, and then I think when you do that, you just start making other products and you see what complements what and yeah. That's just, sorry, that was a long-winded story.
No, that's great though, because it's so, you know, you saw that gap. You kind of saw that there was something missing and you were like, how can I add to this? How can I
so organic.
Bring something? Organically.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't even mean for it to be a thing, especially the brow soap.
I love the fact that you made it yourself.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Yeah.
I didn't want it like a bright, like a lot of them are orangey tinges and I was like, and I, being a makeup artist, I'm like, I don't want that.
No.
I just want a clear one and there was no clear ones at the time. So I just made it myself.
Good on you. That's incredible.
Oh, thank you.
So when it comes to starting an e-commerce business, what is involved and what are the things that no one tells you about that you have to learn as you go?
Oh, pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's so hard. I think I didn't really have anyone to show me the way.
No.
I just got a Shopify. Actually, no, I started originally with another platform and then figured out that they didn't have they wouldn't allow like Afterpay and I was like, oh God, I've got to change everything over.
Yeah.
So you got to do like a photo shoot, you got to have all your products done, then having, you know, I managed all the inventory and stuff myself and I do everything myself, the social media. I think the website was easier than I thought. I kept it really clean and simple.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, it was the packaging for me. Packaging is hard work because you've got to meet all these guidelines.
Okay.
And I got approached really early on by an overseas company that wanted to stock my product and, you know, had to match all these FDA guidelines. And I was like, oh my God, 3 months in, I have no idea. I don't know what this means.
Yeah,
I was Googling everything like, what does this mean? And then they were like, can we speak to someone from your sales team? And I was like, yeah, sure. Let me just put you on.
Let me just put you through to her. Yeah.
It's just me.
Yeah.
I'm like me.
You're like, hi.
I'm like, hi, it's me.
It's me again.
Different role, same person. So yeah, it was just trial and error. Like honestly, I had no idea what I was doing. No clue. Still, honestly, to this day, don't know what I'm doing. Just figuring it out as I go.
But I think that's the beauty of starting your own brand.
You learn a lot.
Business,
you learn a lot.
It really is a learning journey. And there's so much that I think it gives you more of a respect for these brands that go out and do it.
Oh my God, amazing.
And put themselves out there because before that you kind of just think, oh yeah, it's a product and like it's so,
you just think it magically kind of happens.
Yes.
And then you do it yourself and you're like, oh
no, this is a lot of work.
Yeah. I did think it was going to be less work than it was. And I love every minute of it because I have learnt so much more than I would have if, you know, and also because it's your product, your business, you're on the line for it. So it's really hard, you know, I get so invested in it that I have to pull myself away sometimes and think like, okay, you're going to calm down. Like it's just cosmetics at the end of the day, Lily. Like relax.
No, I think that's good that you're like that though. Yeah. Because clearly you're so passionate about what you do. You're so passionate about your product and you want to figure out how to get it out there and do more.
Always make it better. I think that's really important to me because customers are really savvy and they're really like they're smart. Like never
Yeah.
underestimate your customer because they know what's in everything, and like it's good because they keep you on your toes.
Absolutely.
Which I actually really appreciate. I think it's really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, always a learning curve.
I love it.
Still figuring it out.
Yeah, no, good. So do you think having a strong social media presence is important for any business to succeed in the online world? What are your tips for growing a strong profile, both personal and business?
I honestly think that is so important, having a strong social presence and being as authentic as possible. I think that knowing your audience is really important and being really real. I think for me, that's a huge thing because I just know that even with my personal account, I noticed that there were times in my life where, you know, when, I don't know, you're going through something and you're maybe being a little bit more private, and then there's other times where you're just 100% yourself. People really resonate with that because we're all quite similar at the end of the day. Like we all go through similar things, and it's just having that connection to people that is so important because through connection to people, you know what they look for in a product or, you know, I just think it's important to have that community because you're not just selling to a customer. Like
Absolutely.
they're like a family, you know?
And I think that, you know, when I'm following someone on Instagram or say I'm following a brand and the person behind the brand shows who they are.
Amazing.
And you kind of get to know them. I will buy whatever they sell.
Absolutely. I'm exactly
because
the same.
I'm like, I love this person and I want to support them.
Yeah. And I
so
trust
no matter
them.
what they do, I trust them. I will buy it. So I will buy whatever this person puts out because I think they're great.
Absolutely.
So
couldn't agree more. I'm the exact same because if you think about even the brands like, you know, Go To Skincare with Zoe Foster, like love her. Anything she says,
is my
like,
girl crush. Done. If I could, she is my ultimate girl crush woman. Yeah, I love her to death. So
and she's so involved, which is amazing, and I think that's a huge thing.
Yes, and
to
then
be involved in what you're doing.
So I do think, I agree with you. I think social media plays a huge role.
That was all my marketing. If I look at my stats, it's all my referrals come from Instagram.
Wow.
It's crazy. And picking the right people to to help promote your brand, because if they're not passionate about my product and they don't like my product, I don't want, you wouldn't want them promoting your product.
Because at the end of the day, it doesn't come across real. No. It doesn't come across genuine and authentic.
Exactly.
So people can see straight through that. They're like,
people,
Yeah.
If you think about it, when you see a really, really overly sponsored post that you feel that is not in line with that person's brand, you don't even look at it for longer than a second because you're like, oh, sponsor, see ya.
Yeah.
You know, it's important to align.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you actually recently had your account hacked, your Instagram account.
Don't remind me.
I'm sorry, but I need to know the ins and outs. Can you talk us through what happened, how you felt, and how you got it back?
Chaos, honestly.
Oh
it was so weird. I remember getting home. I don't remember what happened that day. No, I had work that day, but I had the morning off. So I went to go get a coffee with my boyfriend. We went back to his house and I just was on my Instagram and it was just really slow and glitchy. And then it kept coming up with this little bar saying challenge required at the bottom. And this was on my makeup account. And look, everyone, just a PSA, please have your two-factor authentication on.
Yeah.
I should have had it on, but I just had the mindset that no one's gonna try to hack me. What are they gonna take from me? I don't have a huge account, but they do. And so anyway, it said challenge required, and then I couldn't see my account anymore on my other accounts. Like if I looked up my makeup account, it was gone. It didn't exist. Like it was almost like it was blocked. So if I typed it in, couldn't see it, I was freaking out. So I quickly put on two-factor. Like it was too late by then anyway. Did it, logged into my personal account, put two-factor on. I don't know why. I just had a really bad feeling.
Yeah.
Anyway, then my boyfriend goes, oh my God, Lily, I've got this message from someone and it was this Instagram handle from some weird, like he had no posts, nothing, being like, I have your girlfriend's account. And he sent screenshots of my back end of both my personal and my makeup account saying, if you want it back, I want $5,000 in USD Bitcoin.
So you got your personal account hacked as well?
Well, at the time he said, I can take your personal account. I've got it. And I was like, no, he's lying because I'm in my personal account and I've changed my password and I've put two-factor on. So no, but I was logged out of my makeup account by the time I saw this message. And then he commented I think on my personal account's photos being like, tell your boyfriend to reply to me if you want your account back, you have to pay. And I was just responding being like, oh, please don't do this, like pleading. Because I was like, this is my job. Like, this is everything. This is what I've built up over a decade.
Yeah.
So I'm like freaking out. I'm calling whoever, looking up every YouTube channel, like every YouTube video that's gone on about how to get your account hacked. And my phone has never received the text message confirmation from Instagram. You know how if you say like you lost your password, you send a code to your phone? It's never worked in the past. Don't know why, just has never worked. And so I was like, oh, I'm screwed. And he'd changed the email. So all the recovery emails were going to him. It wasn't going to me. Couldn't get it back. I tried everything. I sent like videos to Instagram being like crying, being like, please get me my account back. I rely on it for my income. Like, this is my job. That was quite stressful. And then I think it was 3 days later, he was every night at around 2 a.m. he would email me, and he'd email me like threats, like, if you don't pay me by tomorrow, I'm gonna take it down forever. And then he'd send me another screenshot, like maybe the next night, being like, I still have your account, like still active. You just can't see it. I'll give it back to you as soon as you pay me. Now everyone's like, don't pay it. Some people like pay it. I'm getting DMs from people being like, I paid it. I still didn't get it back.
Yeah. I was going to say, I doubt you would have got it back even if you paid.
You can't trust a hacker. Like they do this for a living. Then he started targeting other girls that I knew. Other like social media influencers, and especially there's a couple of makeup artists interstate in Melbourne that I knew as well that he did the same thing too. I reached out to all of the brands that I work with, and I said, I'm just letting you know I've been hacked. Can you please help me? Do you have, because everyone told me you have to go through Facebook and have basically a business account and run ads and you have a actual direct contact at Facebook. So I'm reaching out to everybody and anybody that I've ever worked with, like being an absolute psycho.
As you would
in
that situation.
My boyfriend, I feel so bad for him. He was amazing. He called, he was so good, like called everybody, emailed cybersecurity. Oh, I'm talking everyone. Finally heard back from a few of the brands I work with being like, look, we've got a contact. We've let them know they're working on it. Then someone told me my email was actually compromised. So every time I would send an email, he was reading it. And so he would know like that I was trying to get my account back. So that was a bit, I felt really sick when I found that out, because they also told me to obviously get a new email. The first thing they tell you is get a new email that isn't mentioned anywhere. So he doesn't know it, so he can't hack into it because he doesn't know it exists.
Yeah.
So I had to keep making all these new emails because he was reading them from my current email that had been hacked. And that's how he got into all of my accounts, was through my Yahoo email.
Oh my gosh.
So about 6 days later, 3 days in, sorry, he hacked my personal account. And that's when I was just beside myself. Like, that was really hard because that's also how I make my income.
Your living.
My living. I didn't have anything in there that was like, I didn't care about the photo. Everyone's like, oh, you can get the photos back. I was like, I don't care about the photos. It's the connections. It's the, I've had all these jobs lined up that I can't fulfill now. And then about 6 days later, I get this email to my new email address saying, this is Instagram. And I was getting fake emails from Instagram. Yeah. And he, even to this day, still emails my old email address that he doesn't know exists. Like he thinks I'm still using, but I'm not.
Wow.
Yeah. So I had one and I was emailing the brand that I work with. I'm like, is this legit? Is this legit? And she's like, yeah, that's us. And at the same time, it honestly felt like I was on an episode of like Law and Order.
Yeah.
Because my brother and my partner were both sitting at the table. My brother was emailing the hacker because he's been hacked so many times.
Okay.
And he's saying, I'm just letting her see her account for a minute because I want to prove to her that I haven't shut it down so that you can pay me. And I was torn because I was like, is it him letting me see my account? Is it Instagram? And then he said, actually, you know what? Just pay me 1,000. So he went from 5,000 USD in Bitcoin to 1,000 in Bitcoin to 1,000 in just US dollars in the space of like 5 minutes. So I was like, no, he's out of my account and he's just trying to get whatever he can. So I just didn't pay him. I had my account back. I had it hacked actually not long ago again.
Get out.
Yeah, but I have so much security that I had like 5 emails. I have a new phone that it sends codes to. Like, I got it back, but someone did change the email address of my makeup account again.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh my God, I'm like, where's my phone? I need to put all my things on.
And then I had some really good advice as well to get LastPass.
Okay.
You pay yearly for it and it's like a password generator holder and it like I don't even know my own passwords. They're that long.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, it was very stressful. I woke up with hives all over my face one morning and I looked horrendous. I've got a selfie. I'll have to send it to you later.
Yeah, I want to see it.
It's horrific. It's so funny.
That is insane.
Yeah, it was honestly
is
stressful. Like, I was shocked at how stressed I was because.
But at the end of the day, that's a big part of your job.
It's your
like
business.
that is your job.
It's
your
yeah.
business.
Yeah.
It's what you do.
Oh yeah.
It's how you generate your income.
Yep. And there's nothing you can do about it. The police can't do anything about it. You can't have any kind of insurance for it, which I think is crazy to me. If Instagram said you can pay $1,000 a year or whatever, I don't care what number, to so that if anything does happen, you can pick up the phone and call someone, I would do it because it is so difficult getting a hold of anybody at Facebook or Instagram. Like, it is almost impossible.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sad. A lot of people don't get their accounts back.
Yeah. I know a lot of people who have been hacked and just had to start from scratch. And these are people with hundreds of thousands of followers or, you know, and it's so sad. I feel for them because
I know. And it must sound, I'm sure to some people that don't understand the world of Instagram, they think, oh, get a grip. Like, get a new one. Yeah. But it's like, you don't see that hard work that you've put in. It's your income. It's like showing up to work and going, oh, you know what? You're fired and this doesn't count on your resume. And like, it's like your past has just been blanked. Yeah, it's quite hard.
Well, I'm so glad you got it back.
Me too.
I'm so glad that everyone was with you on that. And
people were amazing.
Tried so hard to help you out because obviously everyone working together in that situation.
100%. People were amazing. Like, I honestly couldn't believe the how kind everyone was and how supportive everyone was and how willing to help everyone was. There was not one person that was like, oh, yeah, see ya.
Wow,
hope you get it back.
That's so
everyone
good.
was, great, amazing.
That's so great. I think because everyone in that space, they get it.
Yeah, they do.
You know, they
like,
really they're like, shit, like if this happened to me, that would suck.
Oh,
you know,
absolutely.
we need to help each other out in these moments.
Heaps of people I know have been hacked since then by the same person. Like the same guy. Like, get alive.
I know. What a loser.
I hate him.
Yeah, I hate him too.
I know. He's awful. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you got it back.
Thank you.
All that matters.
All that matters. We're back now.
Yeah, we're back. Good. So put your 2-factor on. And do everything to protect your account.
And also, I think I spoke to someone from cybersecurity and they said Yahoo accounts aren't great.
Okay.
Gmail or a personalised like Outlook.
Okay.
Way to go.
All right. Way to go.
Way to go.
Good to know.
I know. Write a handbook.
Yeah, I know. You should write a handbook. People will be like, I need this. So for anyone listening who is thinking about starting their own business or side hustle, particularly a product-based e-com business, can you give them some tips and maybe go through a few of the do's and don'ts?
So when I look back on my first ever packaging, I want to throw up. I was like, that is embarrassing.
Yeah.
But then I heard, I think it was an interview with Greta Van Riel.
Yeah.
And she said something along the lines of, if you're not embarrassed by the first product that you bring out and how you package it, then you're doing it wrong.
Okay.
And that made me feel so much better.
Yeah.
So I think be kind to yourself. Yeah. That's a big thing because I certainly wasn't. And honestly, just if you're passionate about something, you'll put the effort in to get it to where it needs to be.
Yeah.
Do your research. And a big thing for me is your competitors, for instance. A lot of people, I feel, it's very easy to be like, oh, they're my competitor. So you don't even look at what they're doing. I try to try new products all the time because I think you can learn something from everyone and everything, whether it's, how not to do something or how to implement something into your own business without not copying them, but, thinking, oh, shit, that's a really cool idea. I like how they marketed that. Or I love the packaging. I love that color. I really like that applicator wand. I might do a hybrid between that and something else. And I think that way it keeps your drive really high by taking it all in and looking at, all the similar brands out there, working where you can be better. For me, it was easy because I think being a makeup artist, I hear my clients say like, oh, I've got this, but I hate this aspect of it, or I love this. Have you tried this? And you really get that feedback. And it's just about getting a lot of feedback from, and staying true to your brand.
Questions as well.
Yeah.
I think a good thing for you is that you're in the industry as a makeup artist as well. Yeah. So you can really get that firsthand feedback from whether it's a client or whether it's another makeup artist.
Yeah. Yeah,
which is great.
Absolutely. And not to give up. There were so many times that I wouldn't do anything for about 3 or 4 months because I was in a slump and I just thought, no, I don't think it's good enough. Yeah. And I don't think sometimes everyone's as honest about that stage. Yeah. They'll be like, oh, yeah, it's amazing, and it's just like, oh, well, I feel like I went through a few times where it's been really hard to find that missing product or missing ingredient, and knowing when I hear other people be honest about that, it makes me feel like, okay, and look at them now, like they're doing amazing and they felt that way too at some point. So yeah, that's important.
I think everyone goes through that, whether it's starting a business or not, there's always going to be ups and downs. Always. But like you said right at the start, you need to always be kind to yourself.
Yeah.
And just understand that there's going to be ebbs and flows and things are going to come and go in waves. Yeah. And you've kind of just got to go with the flow. Yeah. And I think remember why you started it in the first place.
Always. Yeah, that's so important. You're so right. Just remember what got you into it, like what you're passionate about. That's so important, and not losing that, because if you lose that, I think it's not a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to have that passion, that drive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So what's the best thing about having your own business?
Oh, I think the best thing about it is that, one, it's all yours. So everything from like the customer service, the product, the packaging, everything is your decision at the end of the day. And I really, sometimes I feel like it's easy to take that for granted because I've always worked for myself. Yeah. But I don't get to lose, the integrity of the brand is really important to me, and I put so much into it. And it's exactly, it's all of my hard work and everything that I see and on the, with the finished product. So it's really nice to have your own baby. You care about it so much. I love it. And it's just kind of, you can choose where you want to go with it. I think having that full control, and I'm such a control freak.
Yes.
So for me, it's really helpful. I think it would be, I don't know, it'd be hard if something was super important to you and you couldn't really do what you wanted with it. Like I have a clear vision of really what I want for the product, what I want my next product to be, and I don't have to I can just make that decision myself. It's like my little wonderland.
Absolutely.
It's fun. Yeah.
Awesome. So is there lots coming up for Fluffy?
I think so. Yeah.
Exciting.
I'm working on something new at the moment, which is really exciting. It's just gonna, it'll take some time, but I love it. It's
well done.
Always interesting.
So
Thank
good.
you.
I love hearing about these journeys from, everyone, anyone who goes out on their own, takes a risk, starts a business. I just admire them so much because, it takes a lot of work, a lot of effort. And I'm like,
a lot of blood,
girl.
sweat and tears.
Absolutely.
Yeah, what you see at the end of the day, like a nice photo of like, the owner with their product and whatever, and they look all put together. Like it was not, I guarantee it's not like that.
Absolutely
getting to
not.
that point.
Yeah. Good on you. I'm excited to see what you've got in store, what's coming,
times.
And so
you too. You're doing amazing things.
Thank
and I love
you.
getting to chat with you because we're both very creative.
Yes, I love it. It's like, what are your ideas? How do you do this? What do you do?
Yeah.
And I think, going on from the whole business side of thing, I think that's really important when you have your own business is finding like-minded people.
Oh, absolutely.
Whether they're in the same industry or they're in a totally different industry. It's just having that person there to network with, to share your ideas and kind of get, support in different areas because
definitely.
There's only one of you and you're not going to know everything.
Outsourcing is important.
Yes. Yeah. So, asking questions and having mentors or just, sharing your ideas with people who are also starting a business or a brand. I think that is so important because there's always going to be little gaps in your knowledge.
Yeah, of course.
And there may be little
always
things
learning.
that someone else can fill in for you. And it's like, oh my God, light bulb moment.
Oh,
there
no,
we
it's
go.
so important. I think it's really important to be super open and honest about, if you need help, like voice it. Like, of course you do.
Absolutely.
You're not going to just start a business and know everything.
Yeah,
I to this day, sometimes do something and I'm like, I have no idea what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
that sounded really smart, but I don't know.
I'm like Googling what that means. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, that's right.
That's absolutely
Love
accurate.
that. Yeah. Amazing. I love it. Thank you so much for coming on today and sharing all of that. It was great. I love listening to your story and
thank you so
just
much.
the ins and outs of business from your perspective. It's awesome. So thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. So where can everyone come and find you? What are your social handles?
Okay, my social handles are Lili Karamalikis. That's my personal account. Fluffy Beauty is FLUFFI.beauty.
Yeah.
And then I've got Makeup by Lili K as
I'll
well.
put them all in the show notes as well, so you can easily go and find her.
Perfect, because my last name is very hard to spell.
I know. When I was pronouncing it at the start, I'm like,
you did really
I got
well.
that right. Oh, thank you so much.
And perfect. Like,
thank you.
Yeah,
Love
a lot of
that.
people kind of like stop.
Yeah, I was like, I just got to be confident and go with this.
Confidence is key. You killed it.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Melissa.
So that brings us to the end of today's episode. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I hope you have taken even just one piece of wisdom from this episode that you can apply to your life to help you grow and be a happier and healthier version of you. Please like, subscribe, and make sure to share us on your socials. Sending lots of love to you all. Bye.